Hey, good day. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about one of our very special aircraft in the collection here at the Pima Air Space Museum in Tucson, Arizona. My name's Scott. I'm the executive director of the museum, and today's subject that we're talking about is our Douglas VC-118A LiftMaster. This airplane behind us is one of 100 or so Douglas DC-6 airframe types that the U.S. Air Force owned and operated from the end of World War II and well into the 50s. What distinguishes this airplane from its civilian counterpart was the installation of a large cargo door on the aft side of the aircraft. Now, this airplane itself doesn't have that cargo door anymore because it was converted into a special missions fleet aircraft. So this was part of basically the executive VIP fleet that has now become known as the presidential fleet in operation by the U.S. Air Force. This particular airplane is serial number 533240, and it came into service with the U.S. Air Force in the early 1950s and was part of the VIP fleet. What distinguishes this airplane from many others like it is this was actually a bona fide Air Force One. During the administrations of President Johnson and Kennedy, this airplane was used quite extensively, principally by President Johnson, but occasionally by President Kennedy. Both of the presidents preferred the larger 707 airframes that we're all familiar with, but at the time a lot of airfields weren't prepared or able to handle the larger jet aircraft, so this airplane was used for going into smaller airfields, shorter durations. President Kennedy used it to go up to the family compound regularly from Washington, D.C. But President Johnson used it quite extensively, so much so that being a bit of a control freak and kind of a fusser, he insisted on having a set of basic flight instruments installed in the presidential cabin so he could monitor what the pilot was doing, and he would occasionally call up and give some advice to the pilot on how he wanted him to trim and fly the airplane and watch the RPM. So the airplane itself was ultimately replaced by the larger jet fleets and retired across the street to AMARC in 1975. And in 1978, it came over here as part of the permanent collection of the Pima Air Space Museum. It is one of the one of the only actual presidential Air Force Ones that's outside of Dayton or the Presidential Library Network. So we're very fortunate to have that here in our collection, along with several other VIP fleet airframes.